Hi, if you're new here, I'm Rona, and I'm going to talk to you today about navigating difficult conversations. The plan is to give you some solid tips on turning that upsetting tension into connection instead. Do you know, this is a topic that can truly make or break your relationships. Learning how to handle tough conversations that feel uncomfortable is really crucial for building connection and growth. So, if you've ever wondered how to improve communication in your relationship or how to handle conflict with your partner, you're definitely in the right place. So, difficult conversations are pretty much unavoidable in any relationship, whether that's with your partner, a family member, a friend, or even a colleague. But how we navigate these conversations can make a massive impact on the health and strength of our relationship. They can be a positive way with better understanding and connection, or in a negative way, which usually ends in a fight with nothing resolved and bad moods all round. So I'm going to guide you through some practical communication strategies to approach these conversations with confidence, empathy, and a clear mind. If you've ever asked, how can I resolve conflicts and deepen my connection at the same time? Well, stick with me. So by the end of this short session, you should have a toolkit of strategies to navigate these difficult conversations with ease, helping you to build these deeper connections, reduce relationship stress, and resolve conflicts more effectively. So you might be actually wondering, well, what do I class as a difficult conversation? Well, it's basically any conversation where opinions differ, emotions run high, or maybe like the stakes are high. It's about something really important. So this could be a relationship issue, like discussing finances, unmet expectations, or maybe it's just giving and receiving some feedback, maybe critical feedback. So what makes these conversations so challenging? Often it's the fear of conflict, having misunderstandings, and the vulnerability of addressing sensitive topics. I know when Steve and I first met, I'd avoid vulnerable conversations until I'd had a couple of gin and tonics. Hey, I didn't know then what I know now about healthy communication skills. And when I was married, discussing finances with my ex-husband when he lost his job was incredibly difficult. It felt no matter what I said, he heard blame. So it's important to remember that everyone has their own lens on how they see things, and sometimes, despite your best efforts, the other person might still react poorly. So before diving into those tough conversations, it's really a good idea to understand your own emotions. So maybe ask yourself, why does this topic make me feel uncomfortable? What am I hoping to achieve? This sort of introspection will help you enter the conversation with more awareness and clarity on what you're looking for and control. Remember, the goal isn't to win, it's to build a deeper understanding and find a path forward. So you want to approach the conversation with curiosity, not confrontation. I'd also recommend a couple of steps before you begin your challenging conversation. So first of all, you really want to set some clear intentions before you start the conversation, getting really clear on what you want to achieve. Do you want to resolve a conflict? Do you want to clarify a misunderstanding or just express how you feel? This clarity helps keeps things on track and reduces the chances of escalating into an argument. So even if you've checked in with your own emotions, the other person's emotional reaction can catch you off guard. If you know certain topics are sensitive, be prepared to handle emotional responses with empathy. Really important. You really want to be able to tailor your message to minimize defensiveness and promote healthy communication. Also, choosing the right time and place is really crucial. So you want to choose a time when you both have the emotional capacity to fully engage and discuss relationship issues. You really want to avoid like sort of high stressed or rushed times as well. So pick your timing carefully. Right, let's talk some strategies. In at number one is active listening. Active listening is like your secret weapon. It's about fully engaging in what the other person is saying without planning your response while they're talking. So I know it's easy to get caught up in planning what you're going to say next, especially if you feel you aren't getting your point across. But the important point is to you listen to understand. You are trying to learn why your partner has a different opinion or feels differently about something. And it's this understanding that's important, not to be in agreement on everything. You don't want to be little mini me's all the same. So you can reflect back that you have understood what they're saying using a phrase like, so what I'm hearing is, that kind of statement helps clarify what you've heard and makes the other person understand that you're paying attention. The next point is empathy and validation. This is about putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Even if you don't agree, empathise with their feelings. So you can say something like, I can see why this would be upsetting to you. Validation and empathy really go a long way in diffusing tension. So again, you want to remember you're using your words to gain this understanding, even when you don't agree, but you can validate their feelings. The next strategy is using I statements. So you use the I statements to express how you feel without blame or accusations. For example, instead of you never listened to me, you could say, I feel unheard when I'm interrupted. This type of statement keeps the conversation focused on your feelings rather than on criticising the other person. We want to avoid negative behaviours such as trying to be right, the criticism, defensiveness cycle, and the blame game. And final strategy is to stay solution-oriented. Keep the conversation focused on finding those solutions instead of dwelling on what went wrong. So you might want to ask, what can we do to prevent this in the future? And keep your focus on the future rather than rehashing past mistakes. There's little progress to be found in recycling old arguments. So to recap, successful navigation of difficult conversations involves understanding your own emotions, setting clear intentions, and using effective communication strategies like active listening, empathy, I statements, and being solution focused. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you need some support with this, why not book a free breakthrough call with me where we can dive into your personal situation with some tailored advice. The booking link is going to be in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.